It's me, you, we together now. Look at her, strongly unified by our walk in a life, no shame. Let's talk it out. It's me, you, we together now. Look at her, strongly unified by our walk in a life, no shame. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out.
Hello, everyone. I'm Pastor Deborah Poe, and welcome to Let's Talk It Out. This segment of Let's Talk It Out is pointed directly towards our women's conference that's coming up in August, and I'm so excited about it, and it's called Uncommon. So I decided that it would be good for us to talk to some ladies who have gone through some situation in their lives, and they have done the uncommon thing, not the rare thing, my particular bent, but because of the Holy Spirit living on the inside of them, they did not act like what I call mere men. So today I have with me Pastor Frannie Scaglione. Welcome, Pastor Frannie.
Thank you, Pastor Deborah.
Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your accepting the invitation. And I told her, I said, listen, Pastor Frannie, it's just me and you talking in the back seat. It's a back seat conversation, which is hilarious because sometimes we go to dinner together and we've traveled together, and her husband, Pastor Nick, is what we call our driver. And we just sit in the back seat and have a good time and talk about a gamut of things.
Yes.
So today we're going to talk about her life and some things that God has shown her actually what was on the inside of her. So we're going to just start off, Miss Frannie. First of all, you have been married how long to Pastor Nick?
36 years.
36 years. Well, congratulations, ma'am. And you all got married very early.
Yes.
How old were you?
19 years old.
19 years old. Got married. All righty then.
High school sweethearts.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Yes, and you've told me some things concerning you and your marriage, and some of it, I look at Pastor Dick and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Pastor Frannie deserves all the gifts. She deserves all the props. I do know that you all say, oh, Pastor Deborah, you and Pastor Poe. I'm like, no, I think this couple, I think they went out. I think they went out when y'all win. Yeah, y'all get the prize.
Yeah, you know the testimony.
Yes, I know the testimony. Why don't you give us just a tad bit about the testimony of you and Pastor Nick getting married at the age of 19? That's really young.
Very young. I wouldn't suggest it for a young person to do it. With us, thank God it turned out great. Wasn't always great. We got married at 19, no skills, just love. He did a lot of things to pursue me, so I'm thinking he's got to be the one. Sent flowers every week, brought me things I could pronounce every week.
Wait, every week at like 19?
Yes, well, he worked 3 jobs then.
Oh, okay. So he was an industrious young man.
Yes, he was. And doing everything to pursue me. Dating's very phony, by the way, guys. But anyway, he pursued me, sent me flowers every week, things I couldn't even name. My sister's like, I was like, what is this, Goosey? She said, girl, that's Gucci. I'm like, what's Gucci? I didn't even know what it was. He brought me the purse and the wallet.
Oh.
I mean, back then, but I had no idea what it was, my bottle, watches. And he just did all of these things. I'm thinking, man, this is what you want to marry. This is from God.
This is from God,
This is from God. And
okay.
I was brought up religious. So really I had a relationship, but not a relationship of love. I didn't get that or learn how to fight spiritually until I got Revealing Truth. But anyway.
But your father was a pastor.
Yes, my dad was a
okay.
pastor. So I knew a lot of the word. Didn't know all of it, but I knew a lot of the word, enough to keep me.
Okay.
So we got married. He pursued me. And the minute we got married, things started to change. And I was like, who is this guy? Where's my Nick? So...
and also that was a difficult thing for you all anyway, because I know that you have an interracial marriage.
Yes.
And it's funny because Pastor Nick goes, "No, I'm Italian."
No, we interracially married.
Yes, definitely. So that was a challenge as well. But you said that things kind of after you got married. So let me just ask you: did the thing stop? Did he stop giving you gifts after you got married?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much the gifts slowed down a lot. 'Cause now it's time to eat, and we need to have a place to stay. And remember, we had no skills.
Oh, okay.
But Nick being Nick, that didn't matter.
Oh,
He
okay.
would find money somewhere. I didn't always know where, but somewhere.
For somewhere. Oh, okay. I know, and some people know his testimony as well, and that he was, I was going to say an avid gambler, but I guess that's kind of softening the blow a little bit.
Very soft.
Very soft, huh?
Very soft. He was truly addicted
Oh,
to
yeah.
gambling. We lost a lot of cars, a lot of houses. He would come in, stay out 2 and 3 days at a time. And I was just like, Lord, what happened here? You know, I got born again at 5 years old. So I'm really not understanding. Where are you, Jesus?
Okay.
What is going on, right? Because I always got born again at 5 years old. Now, I've always had a relationship with God and the standard that I wanted to please God, even from a kid. It restrained me a lot and then my father restrained me too, but it restrained me a lot through my teen years. And so when he was doing all these things, it was just, I was like, God, well, you know, where are you? I didn't quite understand quite how God works.
Right. But Pastor Nick, through a course of time, got born again.
15 years. Well, he was born again when he was pursuing me.
Oh,
He got
okay.
born again at my dad's church in a Tuesday night Bible study.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he went everywhere. Every little black Baptist church my father went to, Nick was there. That's the pursuit.
Oh, okay.
That's how hard he was pursuing me. People look at him like he was crazy. He didn't care. He went every time that car moved. He was going to church. My daddy preached all over the city, everywhere. Largo, Winter, Haven. I don't care where we were. He was already in the car
Oh, okay.
before even consulting me. Him and my dad became great friends.
Oh,
So,
okay. Okay,
yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. But okay, then fast forward, I decided I want to be a real Christian. How about that?
Yeah, that was later. That was about 15 years later.
And how many children?
4. 3
4?
girls, 1 boy.
Oh, okay.
Well, I lost 1 boy. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right then. So, yeah, you seem like you went through a few challenges as a born again believer.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
Because sometimes people have the idea that once I get born again, everything's going to work out right.
Oh, no.
And sometimes when we're born again, we think our choosers are right too. When we're looking at the outside. So it is important that we follow the Holy Spirit. But again, fast forwarding, I met Pastor Nick here, of course, at Revealing Truth Ministries. But at that time, he had become very serious about God.
Amen.
And that's a good thing.
Oh, my God, yes. God did a work. I mean, a work that I couldn't even begin to do. If I could make a person, I couldn't have done it better than what God has done with Nick and the transformation. And he's just a total different person. People now admire marriage, our relationship. Now they want to be married. I'm like, hold on a minute. There's some things you quite don't know yet. But God transformed him, and it's like every desire of my heart, that's what he wants to do. And he just cherished me, and he dotes on me. It's like a fairy tale. He completes me in every way, the laughter, the humor, the fun. We just have a good time together. I just never thought it could be like this.
Wow.
It's truly exceedingly abundantly. Above all, you can think as.
Yes, I've had, like I said, we travel together sometimes and go out to dinner to eat, and I can see those things. I see that happening, but it wasn't something that just happened automatically. I'm sure.
No. Oh no, no.
Must have took lots of prayer.
Lots of prayer, lots of crying. Then, I would usually cry at night when the kids went to bed because I didn't want them to see me crying. I didn't work. I sacrificed to stay home. Besides, these kids were interracial. 36 years ago, it's not like it is now. It's everywhere now. Thanks be to God. But back then, people look at us like we had four heads. It just wasn't something you saw a lot of. So I was determined no one's going to keep my kids or take anything out on my children. So I sacrificed to be home. And I mean, without cars. I went without cars for years. And, just went without, but I was happy being there with them because that's what I really wanted. And yeah, so we had a good time in that house. Houses.
Houses. But again, you made a decision to take care and protect your children. And I'm hearing you say I had to sacrifice because sometimes people make that decision not wanting to make that sacrifice of not having everything you want because income does not support what you see other people have. And I'm gathering from you, but my children for me was more important than the stuff.
The children, and of course me coming up under God, the reason I didn't know all the word, but I knew that God hated divorce. And that was so hard for me. It's like, okay, what have I done? What have I done? I am in this for good. And God he hates divorce. So it's okay, I can't be divorced. And I made up in my mind, I think we have to make some decisions. And I made up in my mind that I wasn't going to be divorced. And I think once we make up in our mind, we are ready to overcome.
Okay.
We position ourselves at that point, how I'm going to get through it, because I'm not leaving.
Right.
So those two things, the kids and God, is what held me there.
That's good. That's good information. Making solid decisions.
Oh, you got to make, if you're in limbo, I say once you entertain leaving, you will leave eventually.
Oh, okay. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because it's always on the back burner. As if it don't work out, then
I'm going to do this.
I'll do this. I'll do that. But not understanding that the decisions you make, every decision you make, it gets you to where you are, and you have to evaluate the situation.
That's right.
And so, and I'm sure Pastor Nick is glad that you went in and put in the time, right?
Oh, he's great. And I think that's where all the honor and the doting and the cherishing comes from, because I stuck by him through it all.
Yeah. So I remember when you first came to Revealing Truth Ministry, you shared with me that Pastor Nick actually is the one who came by first and he was the one who made the decision to come here?
Yeah, we was on our way to World Changes.
Okay.
Went there for a week. I believe God led us there. And we saw a lady, Miss Winter's Chicken, had RTM on her badge. She was a greeter.
Okay.
Well, we didn't know she was a greeter. He saw the RTM. He said, what is that? Nick talks to everyone. And she said, it's a church. It's Revealing Truth Ministries in Tampa. And we were at the conference.
Right.
At Street with Pastor Dawson was getting some chicken to get back on the road with the kids. And she said, that's Revealing Truth Ministries. And he said, oh, where is that? And she said, it's in Tampa. And he said, yeah, we was right up here at the conference at Pastor Dollars. And he said, so where is this place in Tampa? And she said, oh, this is she was saying that Pastor Poe's Pastor Dollar's son. And we like, he's like, Pastor Dollar's son? He got a son? So we were so captivated by Pastor Dollar. And I think we actually thought it was literally his son. We didn't know anything about spiritual sons and daughters at that time. So he comes back to the car. He said, Frannie, we don't have to move now. They got, his son is right there around the corner from us. It was on our Armenian. We lived right around the corner in those apartments at that time.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we came up here the day. He didn't stop. The minute we came from Atlanta, he stopped here to get a book out the bookstore. Looking for El Shaddai, the Anointed El Shaddai, something like that. And Pastor Poe came walking out and came all the way across that parking lot and talked to Nick. And they talked, and he came home. He said, we're going to church. I said, okay. So Wednesday night, and we came and we joined, and here we are.
Yes, but let's let's step back from the here we are right now,
Okay.
because you've shared with me what you thought when you heard the word being taught. And just share a little bit about that.
Well, coming from a Baptist church, when I came, I'm gonna be honest. When I came, I saw everybody speaking in tongues. I was like, we didn't do it in the Baptist church, but I had saw a lady do it once. My dad didn't say anything, so thank God I was kind of accustomed to it, because I would have said, okay, it's time to go, because everybody was speaking in tongues, and I was like, okay, what is this? So pastor got up and he started getting into the word, and he started saying things I had never heard in the word before. He said that wealth and riches was in my house, and he turned in, I read, and then I saw others where it was said that I was wonderfully and fearfully made. It's just not the perspective I had from God, of God coming from the Baptist church. You know, I'm the head and not the tail. I was taught, you don't ask God for anything. You don't do that. God will give you what he wants you to have.
Right.
And I saw my dad walk by faith, but he always said, you was under the assumption you didn't ask for anything. So when I got, it was just and I would look at the word and I read up, and then I read down the page. This cannot say this. What is going on? I even turned the Bible. I said, is this a King James version? I was just, so what is going on? But it was so much there, and just so liberating. And I was just still baffled, to be honest. And then I started to do it. As I said, when I came out, I learned how to fight. I was already obedient. God was my standard, my decision maker, But when I got here, man, I started seeing things that I never knew was in that word about me.
Were you challenged?
I was happy. I've been under religion for all them years. It made me happy.
Oh, okay.
I was like, but I just didn't know if I should believe. Wait, this ain't what I was taught. And then I saw, that's why I was searching for, is it King James Version or is it, and reading up and reading down, trying to get the whole context of it to make sure it was accurate.
Oh, okay.
But I was very, very excited. I wanted to come back again the next day. And it was, you wanted to come to church, Because I was learning all these new things, and they were wonderful things about God. So I started doing them, and my life, I started to see results.
Amen.
I prayed before the other 15 years, and Lord, where are you? Come on, see about me, But it's just like nothing was changing. When I got here, I learned about my words.
Okay, your words?
Yeah, because back then I was saying some stuff I shouldn't have been, but I didn't know. Learned about my words, and I could declare and decree a thing. Boy, that was empowering. And it shall be established. Everything I say come back. Whatever I send forth, it can't come back vain, void, or non-productive. But everything, boy, I tell you, it was jacking me up. I couldn't wait to put it in action, and I did. And I started to see things in my life change.
That is so good. You know what? And I'm so happy that you're sharing with the fact that I started looking at the word and I believed the word.
Oh, yeah.
I believed the word. I didn't just believe what was said, but I made a decision to do what was said. I made a decision to be an active Christian, and you saw God start to move in your life. And right now you have grandchildren. How many grandchildren do you have?
4 grandchildren. No, 5. 5.
Five grandchildren. And God has done some wonderful things with your grandchildren too.
Yes, he has.
And especially is
Nina.
Nina. Tell us about Nina.
Nina was born to my oldest, Athena. She was born 1 pound, 2 ounces.
Okay.
Really, really underdeveloped. The report we got from the doctors was very grim. So she probably wouldn't be able to see, hear, walk, just poor quality of life. They didn't know about her, what she would be like with her cognitive learning and things like that. So I really didn't know what to do. Pastor Nick really didn't know what to do, to be honest. We all get into fear sometimes. But when you got the word, it always comes up just in time. When you got woman and man of God, just so honored to have you as my woman and man of God. Oh, I hope I don't cry.
It's okay.
As our woman and man of God. Nick called for Pastor Poe. Pastor Poe wasn't there. So he ended up talking to you. And what he says about it, he says it so there was no discussion. He said, you told him Nina's strong, Nina's healthy, and Nina's ready for life.
Yeah.
And he said, okay. And he brought that back to our family. He said, we're not going to say nothing else. Nina's healthy, Nina's strong, and Nina's ready for life. I said, okay. To be honest, I really didn't know if I wanted her to live. It was going to be such a poor quality of life, so we thought.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Pastor Frannie, I just want to pause here a minute because I appreciate your being honest and frank, and I certainly hope that you all can to catch. She's giving you thoughts that she had, not indicating that I'm a perfect person, but I have these thoughts that come across my mind, but I arrest the thoughts and capture the thoughts and look at what God is saying. So again, continue on. You said that because you said I wasn't sure if I even wanted her to live with the reports that we were getting from the doctors.
Battle I've ever been through. Because I really didn't know what to pray.
Yeah.
But after you said that, and Nick came back and said that, I said, okay, that's what we say, only. And Miss Brenda from our church, she embroidered on a nice piece of cloth, so pretty and netted frame. And we put it on the door of the hospital, Nina's door. And Thina said to me, she said, Mom, you know what's so great about this? Everybody that read it, gonna be making that confession. And I tell you, it just...
Yes, ma'am.
For her to say that, huge. You know, a lot of times we say things to our kids about God. I was trying to get them to believe. But I've been praying. Somebody heard you say, I pray my children have an experience with God. And I had been praying that. And for her to say that was huge. So anyway, time goes on. Nina went through every day. It was like a roller coaster. I couldn't stay all the time in Tampa, so I'd go back to Orlando, call every day. Pretty much that's what I got to pray for today. It was really step by step. We'll make this journey. And she called me, this is going on. Okay, I pray for that. That'll get right, something else will go wrong. Kidney not functioning. She's swelling up. Liver ain't functioning. I missed the main part. When first it came, they told me to prepare Athena because she probably would make it. They brought her, I actually had to bring her back to life. They told me, start preparing her because we can't keep doing this. It's really detrimental. It's not helping anything. So in my mind, I got to go in there and start telling her, okay, Athena, you don't want to have a poor quality of life.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, Mom, you're right. She said, but I wanted to live so bad. I said, no, I know, I understand. And they put the baby in Thena's arms, and she was kind of like saying her goodbyes. And I'm waiting for the machine to go, but the numbers start climbing. I'm looking at the machine, I'm looking at the nurse. Aren't the numbers supposed to be going down? She's like, yeah. I said, but they're going up. She said, yeah. I said, is this good? She said, yeah. So Athena was holding that baby. The numbers start to go up. I said, okay, you guys going to get a bed in here or something so she can be with this baby.
Yeah.
And then she died again, and then she brought her own self back that time. And lost all of her hair. She had little peach fuzz hair. So cute, little tiny little thing. Eyes were like 2 dots. So tiny. She was all feet and all hands. And I said, yeah, she definitely got Stevens, and that is big old feet. And we put that on her door, and we said it. She had 27 blood transfusions.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. She got what she couldn't go use the bathroom, no bowel movements. I'm praying. That went on for 3 weeks. And they finally decided to do exploratory surgery. I said, what is that? They're going to go and just see. I said, okay. So I'm praying, Lord, show them. They got in to see exactly what the problem was. The intestines were shut. They said she was really undeveloped. So they really didn't develop. They opened them up. And I'm a little girl. She's doing her thing. But she caught staph in the line, in the PICC line. All her skin, Pastor Deborah, all of it just came off.
Wow.
Lost all her hair. They say she probably would never have hair again. She got hair again. We just cut it because this girl could choke herself with her own hair. I call my cousin it. But she's running and she loves it all over. It's so cute. I said, come in, cousin it.
I didn't realize, day by day what was happening. And you all were just were praying, and Pastor Nick told me that you all had put that above her door, and that everybody that came in read it. And I can remember coming to your house, and she just started running towards me, and you all said, that is so unusual.
She did.
And she's such a loving little girl now.
I mean, she ran straight to you. I was like, we was just in awe. I was like, what is, I guess she knows she gave the word. You gave the word. But it was unbelievable how she just ran up to you.
Yes.
But I'm just so grateful to God. And then for Thina, I was really concerned about that. I was like, Lord, I don't know how she'll be if this don't happen for her.
Yeah.
So I started to pray for that. That's it, but then she got staph. I was like, it was really a conflicting moment for me. And I said, I'm going to pray for the will of God. My other daughter, she said, what are you saying? I said, we go pray for the will of God. She said, no, Mom, we pray. We don't stop until we see what we standing for. I said, that's right. I said, but God has a will. And his ways are not all our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. He knows the beginning, the end at the beginning. And so we did. I said, we're going to pray that. And she was like, she was just baffled that I said that. And the next morning I called, Nina was doing good. I said, okay, pedal to the metal. She's supposed to live. And I never changed that confession. Again, she's 5 years old. Right now, she walks, she sees, she's got hair down to here. She has an attitude you would not believe. And cognitive, we're finding out she's actually pretty bright.
Oh, wow.
So God is
my goodness.
exceedingly abundantly.
Yes. Well, as you all can see, Pastor Frannie's been through a lot of things, and she deserves all the joy and the happiness that she has. And I'm not saying deserve it because let me earn it, but she's a child of the Most High God, and she has the Holy Spirit living on the inside of her, just like we do, and that he's there to lead and guide us and direct our lives. Amen. To give us the peace that we need under the most unusual circumstances, and keep us steady concerning him, even to the fact when you made the decision, even to say, God, what is your will? Because sometimes we try to trump what God actually has in store for our lives. Amen. And I'm not saying that God is for doom and destruction. That's not who he is. Nope. However, God has a plan, and he looks for us to look deep inside and allow him to direct our lives.
Oh, you'll never go wrong.
And you'll never go wrong. Again, Pastor Frannie, thank you so much for sharing with us. And I certainly pray that you all enjoyed what was shared with you today. I know some of it could have been a little teary, but understand when she first walked in, she said, hey, I'm happy. I'm real happy. I'm living my best life ever from what seemed to have been a tragic mess. And then even after that got good, there still were obstacles that came in her way. And she looked inside of her to God to get her through everything. And so that's the way God desires for it to be for all of us. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on Let's Talk It Out. Who knows, maybe one day you'll be a part of this group too of Let's Talk It Out. Thanks again. You all have a blessed day.